considering I'm only 35. That's right, baby. Good black don't crack. But when Miguel Musso asked me to come and do this, there was no way I could say no, because I remember a time when people dropped dead of a mysterious disease. You see, they were sick today and dead tomorrow. They were sick today and dead tomorrow. They got sick. Some of them developed those strange purple marks on their bodies and they died. And were followed after their suffering, and their death was shh. Shh. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that gay disease. And I saw us as a country in these United States walk into what I call such an ugly time in America. A time where good people, kind people, people of all religions, faiths, and beliefs found it easy to just dump their sick children off on church stair steps and leave them there dying for help like bags of used clothing for a rummage sale. A time in America when people found it easy to turn their backs on their friends and leave them, just dump them off in hospital driveways and leave them there in their suffering. And when you would go to the hospitals to look for your friends, oh, there was no hospital bed for them. You would find them stretched out on a gurney, pushed up against a wall, outside in the hallway. People find it hard to remember, but I will never forget that that was AIDS in America 30 years ago. Stigma, shame, and silence. And now, some 30 years later, there are women in America, especially women of color. Pick a color, any color. Okay, you know it ain't easy being green. A whole lot of women in America are dying, living infected under stigma, shame, and silence, and it is unacceptable. To have this 19th International AIDS Conference here in America, because it means that the ban has been lifted. Obama. The ban has been lifted. But think, if there was a ban against HIV positive and AIDS infected people that kept them from coming here to this country, what the hell do you think people who were HIV positive in America were up against? Because as quiet as it is kept, if you are an HIV HIV positive woman or man in sub-Saharan Africa, trust me, you are getting better treatment than the woman right down in Anacostia outside of Washington, D.C. So I want to thank you for your continued concern. But I want you to think about where you place your concern. And I want you to get real about things like social and economic injustice. I want you to get real about race and sex. And you can put ism behind both of them. But I don't want you to come here to America and make nice. I don't want this conference to be the passive one. I want us to remember a time when people acted up. Because we still need to organize, strategize, and fight for those who are least able to fight for themselves.
That's right.
There was a time 30 years ago when a whole country turned its back on some people just because of their sexual preference. And we cannot now turn our backs on people just because of their sex. In closing, I founded the Diva Foundation. We do much more than help broke down divas with their weak weapon wardrobe problems. We are an AIDS foundation. Now, we don't give out the money some of y'all do. No, we don't do that. But I figured Diva and Foundation, that sounds good. Yeah, you gotta have a diva in your foundation. Until nowadays, you swing a pocketbook, you knock a diva down. But in 1983, I was doing some work. I was on Broadway doing Dreamgirls. Thank you. And I was doing some work around AIDS, because back then there was no HIV. And somebody said something very unkind to me about doing the work. And Elizabeth Taylor, God rest her soul, looked at me and said, Shirley Ryle, most of these people couldn't tell their ass from a hole in the ground. So you just keep doing what you're doing, the way you are doing it, because it doesn't matter if people see or say anything, because God is watching and she sees everything. So we are the Diva Foundation, and we operate from an unapologetic, artistic, and feminine point of view. And a lot of you say you can't manage what you can't measure, but trust me, you sure can't measure an emotion or the way you move people's hearts and minds. And we still need to move a lot of people's hearts and minds on this disease. So World AIDS Day, if you find yourself in Los Angeles, join me at Club Nokia for the 22nd annual Making Up the Longest Consecutive Running Musical AIDS Fundraiser in the country. Divas Simply Singing. Some of you come down off of that second floor and come down to the Global Village, pick up your Diva t-shirt. And Diva is an equal opportunity state. A whole lot of you men running around here, you know you're Diva. I love it. Someone said, yes I am. So in closing, until such time as there is a cure, because we know when that happens, oh, that will be a happy day. Please remember that we were all here in Washington, D.C. at this time. And we all found that moment in our hearts where we had to re-up our concern for those who are least able to help themselves. And just know that my name is Shirley Ralph. I am divinely inspired, victoriously AIDS aware, and I love you just the way you are. Now, put your hands together. Come on. Take it off. This is working. Come on. Oh, happy day.